Hey, what's going on, everybody? Echoside Fiend here, back once again, and today I'll be uploading this video onto Carnival Spirits to start with, and then I'll throw it on my channel in a few days. So, uh, as far as today, I'm just sitting around. It's a Monday. I took the day off of work because yesterday I had my second COVID vaccine shot, and I heard that the second shot would hit you pretty hard. When I had my first one, was also on a Sunday, and I didn't take the next day off of work, and I didn't feel it too bad until later in the day, probably around like 2 or 3. At the time I'm recording this, it's only 1:30, so maybe it's still coming. I don't know. I hope not. I do have a headache and I'm cold, which is why I'm wearing a hoodie. But I'm still, my body feels warm, but I'm shivering, and not shivering, but I'm cold. And I do have a bit of a headache, so but I'm not feeling nauseous or anything. So hopefully that stays that way, and I hope I don't get hit tomorrow because I didn't take tomorrow off. So but really, so far, the only complaint that I have about getting the second shot, there it is again. I hear it. You guys, there has been a black helicopter following me ever since I left Muskegon, which is where I got my shot, and it's got a Microsoft logo on it. Leave me alone! I'm just trying to be healthy. Oh well, I don't know. They followed me all the way back from Muskegon yesterday. They've been hovering around my house. I don't know how they're tracking me, but apparently it's Microsoft and Bill Gates. But anyway, so I took the day off today though, and my friend Patrick is running my route for me. So I'm hoping he doesn't call while I'm filming this because I do use my phone for these. So, but yeah, other than that, there's just a couple things I wanted to touch on today. First off, I will be doing a full review of Yum Yum's Lure. I have listened to it several times, but I haven't listened to it on a set of headphones yet, like real close. I did listen to it yesterday while I was driving out to Muskegon to get my second shot, and I've listened to it a few other times, but I still haven't really absorbed the lyrics. But I mean, I feel that I could probably do a review on it already, but I do want to listen to it a little deeper. Um, it is a little hit and miss with me. I don't think the whole album is great. I mean, it's just an EP, but there's the songs I like, I really like though. So I'll be covering that probably in a week or two. But yeah, otherwise, besides that, the Yum Yum's Bedlam, supposed to be coming out this Friday. Just like Fearless Fred Fury, it's approaching very fast. No information about it. No pre-orders. I feel it's pretty safe to say that it's not coming out. Um, and if it gets pushed back, I'm okay with that. I am going to use this excuse that I would rather they put out a polished product, one they took their time on. And I do want to say, when Roanbone talked about that, Roanbone from Beneath the Dirt talked about it on DC Fago guys live stream that they had. Also, the Joker's Gallery was there. He put out that put out the idea that they shouldn't have to rush it. If they've announced it already, it should be at least in production stage or being pressed. And I do 100% agree. He's not wrong at all. The way I'm looking at it is they did give us a release date, obviously Christmas, then it got pushed back to March 5th, obviously this coming Friday. So they gave us the release date. So as far as that part, I would rather that they then take their time rather than rush to meet the release date that they told us. However, like I said, I definitely agree with them that they just shouldn't announce it until they have the album, like he said, going to be pressed or into final production and all that stuff. So, but as far as, since they gave us the release date, and if it's not ready, I would rather that they just take their time on it. So, but he is 100% right. That isn't really an excuse, but in this situation, the way I'm looking at it is, I do think that's a legit way to look at it. But I mean, obviously, I feel pretty safe saying 100% sure that it's not coming out. I would like it to. I would like to hear it, but it is what it is. So I hope they give us some information before the day comes and give us some type of, maybe not an exact date, but hey, it's getting pushed back to the summer or something like that. But I feel it won't be too long. But they're going same exact way they did with Fred Fury. What did they tell us? What was it, like the day, maybe 2 days before, that it wasn't coming out on, I forget the exact date that it was supposed to be, but it was supposed to be just a day or two before Halloween. So, um, but regardless, it'll be here, and when it gets here, it'll be exciting. And then if they're having this much trouble getting the album out, Is it going to be that bad? Is it going to be that hard for them to get the the EPs, the seeds of Yum Yum out? But I guess we'll see. But regardless, I'm excited for it and I am looking forward to it. So hopefully we'll get that sooner rather than later. But again, I would rather they put out a fully polished, well put together product than rushing it to try to meet a deadline that they shouldn't have said if they didn't know they were going to have it ready. But whatever. So besides that, I did also this past Friday. I bought and watched the Al Azul Elu Dead Alive stream. That was really cool. Watched it over at my buddy Rob's house. Again, I've talked about him before. That's where we watched the Blaze, the Blaze performance, the Attack of the Ninjas, all that. And I know I've discussed it before, but if you haven't seen any of my videos before, this is a friend of mine. He's got a gigantic TV and a just massive pounding home theater system, and he lives in a neighborhood where like the houses are like right, like house, and nobody gives a shit. Like he'll have it fucking blasting. Me and him, oftentimes during the summer, we'll get together, summer into the fall, and he's got a fire pit in his backyard, and me and him and a few other people will be sitting out there. We'll sit out there till 2 or 3 in the morning, and he has music not blasting but playing. And there's houses like right on either side of him, and nobody cares, So it's just an older neighborhood. I think it's a lot of younger people around. He's my age. He's like 43, but yeah, it's a lot of mostly like younger people, single, single people or just couples. He's single, doesn't have, he's not married, no kids or anything. So I think it's just the whole neighborhood for the most part is like that. So nobody really cares. So, but yeah, we watched that. That was really cool. I can't go through and tell you every single song that they did, but it was really cool. I did like it a lot. It was well shot. They with all the strobe effects and stuff, it gave them a really like creepy vibe as they were all standing on stage and stuff. And Rob liked it a lot. Like I said, at Attack of the Ninjas when we were watching that, he didn't know who they were, and like he's been listening to. I'm not saying he's like now their biggest fan, but he said he listened to everything they had on Spotify. So when we were watching the show Friday, he knew a lot of the songs and stuff, and so yeah, it was a lot of fun. Definitely worth $10. And I ended up watching it, of course, that night, and I watched it 2 more times before it was, off. Ends last night at 9 o'clock. I watched it last night too, and so that was really cool. I hope they keep doing stuff like that. I mean, I would rather be able to go to a show, but for right now, while we can't, hopefully that will be the next best thing. So, also watched the 3 Ring live extravaganza show from Psychopathic from their February live stream. Watched that Saturday night. That was fucking killer. The first few performers were, okay. They were all pretty good. And then when they did the Deadly Medley, that was awesome. Obviously, Ouija Mac, Hoodoo, and of course ICP. I'm a big fan of all of them. Obviously ICP, but I'm also a huge fan of Big Hoodoo and Ouija Mac. And so as far as ICP, I did write down their entire set list that they did. Obviously, did them in 3 segments because the stage they had the 3 stages set up, and one would get done and the next one would start. But their set list was fucking awesome. So I did actually write it down. I got it written down right here. So if you see me looking over here, but so for set 1, they did Welcome to the Show, Assassins, Hey Vado, Redneck Ho, 17 Dead, Dead Body Man, and Get Off Me Dog. So then when they came back for their second set, they did Tilt-A-Whirl, The Show Must Go On, Chicken Huntin', of course, the Slaughterhouse Mix, Mr. Happy, Southwest Strangler, My Kind of Bitch, Beverly Kills, and Truly Alone. And then when they came back for set 3, did the Nedden Game, The Stalker, Let's Go All the Way, Fuck Off, Never Had It Made, and closed with In the Ha. There's a whole bunch of songs on there. As far as I can remember, I've never seen them do before. Like I said, I've seen ICP so many times. They may have thrown some of these in here in their sets before, and I just don't remember. Also, earlier in my years of going to see them, I had a tendency to get pretty fucked up at the shows just on beer. I've never been a drug user or hard liquor drinker, but I would party it up, and even to this day, I still have a tendency to have a few more than I probably should. But so some of those that I'm thinking I've never seen live before, I may have. But regardless, the set, watching it on that show was fucking awesome. I'm envious as fuck of anybody who was there. Would have been cool if they could have thrown Fago. I mean, since they were at their own building. However, I know that was the last event there. I know they've sold it, so they probably didn't want to trash it for when the next people move in or whatever's moving in there. I know they said they've sold it, um, so I understand that. But yeah, definitely envious of anybody who was there and watching that last night. Or I'm sorry, on Saturday night was really making me like wish so hard that we could get back to live shows again. And so that was a great set. If they're doing, I would assume they're going to do a April live stream, or the way they've been doing them every other month. If they do, I'm definitely doing it. I also, unless they announced this and I just didn't catch it, did they announce what the like free gift is going to be for February? I know they were going to announce it on like the very first live stream. Then they said they were going to do it on the next one, and they didn't. But I'm just curious what it is. I would be buying them anyway. I think these have been really cool, even if it didn't come with free gifts, gift bag, whatever. I would still be picking them up. But they did say they were going to have one for February, so I'm wondering if they did announce it and I just missed it. So if you do know, I'm gonna drop it in the comments. Otherwise, I guess we'll just see. But yeah, definitely I'll be doing April if they end up having one. So um, yeah, we'll just cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. But so speaking of live shows, I just wanted to throw out a quick little tidbit of information here. I just realized it today when I woke up. Today has been 1 year since I've been to a live show. February 29th of 2020, so leap year. So a year ago today, some friends of mine, my roommate Rob, who I talked about, my friend Leanne, us four drove out to Whitehall, Michigan, which is just north of Muskegon. And it's actually where we went was an area that I service on my Tuesday route. I drive right through the little town of Whitehall, where we went. And this was I don't service this building, but it's a playhouse. Like when I say playhouse, I mean like an actual like where you go to watch stage plays. And it's called the Whitehall Playhouse. And our friends, the Creelers, played there. They are a Celtic rock band. They're from Detroit. I've been friends with them. God, I found them probably. It's been probably about 15 years. But they're a full-on Celtic rock band. Like there's what's five, six, yeah, five members. The band, and we know them personally, so we went and watched them, and then right across the street, not right across the street, but just down a block, and then across the street is a brewery called Fetch Brewing. So all of us, including the band, all went over there and hung out, and then went our separate ways. And about a week and a half later is when the pandemic lockdown started. So that is the last live show I've ever seen. It was a hell of a last band to see because the Creelers are fucking amazing. I wouldn't have made an hour and a half drive to see them if they weren't amazing. But yeah, they're so good. So at least I went out on a high note, I guess. But waking up today and realizing that it's been a year since I've seen a live show has really made me, as I was just kind of laying in bed, I'm just like, man, that really kind of sucks, dude. So, that it's been that long. However, coming up in just a couple weeks, a band called the Barley Saints, another Celtic rock band, are going to be playing at Unruly Brewing in Muskegon. And one of the customers I service on my Thursday, the lead singer of the band works there. So he told me that they are playing at Unruly. It's supposed to be like minimum capacity, but he's like, we'll get you on a list. Don't worry about it. And then also my friend Jason and his dad, who's also a friend of mine, from the Muskegon area. They are both Mug Club members at Unruly. They're regular customers, and Mr. Bowler actually like volunteer. He's retired, and he just kind of volunteers there, helping him brew and everything. And when I told them I was planning on coming, Mr. Bowler was like, "Yeah, we'll get you in, no problem." So either way, I got two contacts to get in. So definitely looking forward to that. They're a great band. The Barley Saints are a great band, and just to see a live show and have a beer and be there with friends will be awesome. And I hope we can get back to that again very soon because watching that ICP set Saturday night, man, it's like by the time it was done, I was just like, God, I can't fucking wait to get back to see that again. So, ICP, Twisted, Axe, AXE, all those bands, watching them over on their live streams over the course of a few months here. It's just been excruciating, man. Also on St. Patrick's Day, I'm planning on getting the Flogging Molly live stream, the live from Dublin that they're doing. Haven't seen Flogging Molly in fucking forever. So man, it would just be great if we could get back to that. And I'm really, really hoping that Hallowicked will somehow be able to happen this year. As far as I know, it sounds like the Gathering won't be, but maybe Hallowicked will be able to. something, anything, man. I'm so literally, I'm like desperate to get back to see live music. That might sound a little extreme, but it's getting there. So, but well, yeah, I'm just kind of rambling like I always do. So that's pretty much all I got for this time. So again, I'll be throwing this up on Carnival Spirits, and in a few days I'll put it on my personal channel. So if you're not subscribed to my personal channel, make sure you check it out. So. All right, well, that's all I got. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for watching Carnival Spirits. This is Echoside Fiend, and I will catch you in the next one. Too sweet. It's that fucking helicopter again. Go away! Leave me alone! Sons of bitches, fucking Bill Gates. God damn it.